UHD Field at Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City. Thanks for joining us, everyone. With my partner, Brock Heward, I'm Kate Scott. And like so many matchups in the NFL, Brock, our focus goes right to the quarterbacks in this one. Both of these guys, players who've been around the league now for some time, they've definitely established themselves as veterans who know how to win football games.
Yeah, I think the word of the day, Kate, is definitely experience. Two guys who've been through the season several times over, have seen a lot at this point in their career, and been through quite a bit on the field. All that experience is stored up there right between the ears. And the one who is more skilled at leveraging that experience, more than likely is going to come away with the win.
Not a kicker or a punter here, Brock. It's safety Justin Reed to get this one going. And we're off from Arrowhead. On the return, Britton Covey. And he's brought down just inside the 25 on the return. So here come the Eagles for their opening drive. They're led out by an incredible score through the air and on the ground. He was picked 53rd back in 2020. It's Jalen Hurts.
Kate, it's not often that we talk about quarterbacks having a nose for the end zone in football. It's usually reserved for the running backs, but Jalen Hurts has changed that conversation. He has so much power, so much strength. You get him into the short yardage situations around the goal line, he finds a way to get in, but it's not just there. He's got a deep ball that's the envy of many. He's elevated his teammates around him, and he's got a skill set that I know a lot of quarterbacks would sure love to have.
2nd and 6 coming up here. They run it with Saquon Barkley. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line. That's good for 7 yards. And that's good for an Eagles first down.
That's the type of call that offensively, man, it just builds so much confidence. I don't even think they were looking to get the first down. Just get to a manageable third down, but instead they move the chains, and that is one disheartening look on that defense.
Option play, they give it to Barkley. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. Here's another carry for Barkley. He gets it forward for a gain of 3. Drew Tranquil brings him to the ground.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
3rd and 10. Can this offense get it done? Shotgun snap for Hurts. Able to get it to Barkley. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down.
Year after year, the best offenses are multifaceted. It's not just the receivers or the tight ends that can make plays through the air. When you get running backs that can attack the middle of the field like that, man, is it difficult on a defense.
First and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. They're going to go with Barkley on the counter. Breaks the tackle, still going. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. A nice 6-yard pickup. They're going to have 2nd and 4.
Kate, I know you can see that smile on my face as we stand next to each other. Sure, I love that run. But I'm thinking about some great running backs. We've got Corey Dillon, who created a lot of negative grades on my play sheet because I didn't want to carry out no fake. I wanted to watch the damage he could do like we just saw. That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to 3rd down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep him short of the sticks.
3rd and just 2 to go. They'll empty the backfield and motion him out. Here he is to throw on 3rd and 2. Complete beyond the marker. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the first down.
I'm not sure how this defense let that guy slip through him like that. On 3rd down, nonetheless, he took that snap as an opportunity, And man, did he make an impact play.
Offense already looking like they're in mid-game form. They've got it down to the 32. First down throwing for Hurts. And the deep ball falls incomplete. He was looking for Dallas Goedert there. So that brings up second down.
You know, I love this, Kate, from an offense. Just philosophically, stretching that secondary out with your tight end. Even still, one of the deeper targets you're going to see him get. It's a shame they couldn't quite connect.
On second down, here's Barkley. It looks like we can call it about 4 yards in the end. Brought to a halt by Brian Cook.
You make that call to just give yourself a fighting chance on third down, Kate. Take at least a little bite out of the big meal between them and the first down marker. And that should make this upcoming call a little less daunting.
3rd and 6 for them to figure out now. On the play fake, it's Hurts. That's caught for the first. And they have this well into the red zone now at the 15. Big gain, 14 on the play. And that's a Philadelphia first down.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your third downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
From the red zone now. That pass complete to Goedert. And that play is brought to a halt, so they're going to say at the 5-yard line.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on first down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for second down. And the 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
Motioning one of the tight ends. They'll go from the gun with Barkley. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
An offensive group really hoped he was going to get it all right there, reset it back to first down. But instead, defense, well, they're not going to let anything come easy. And their fight is giving them a chance to stall things out on the 3rd and short.
1 yard, all that's needed. This is 3rd and inches. Hurts now from the gun. Has it in close. And he's brought down real close to that goal line at the 1. A gain of 3, and now they're going to be able to plan for 1st and goal.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your third downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. And he's going to score. Touchdown, Philadelphia! The Eagles finish up an excellent opening series. Dallas Goedert the touchdown. Well, you couldn't ask for a better start to a game than that. The offense taking it all the way down the field and finishing with 6.
These opening drives, Kate, are such tone setters. It is why every offense loves to script their first 15 plays, right? Everybody knows what's coming. Allows you during the practice week to get into rhythm, but even better when you're that sharp, that crisp, and you finish off and get the early lead.
Point after added on by Elliott. And the Eagles will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Elliott's all set for the kickoff. He fields it from the 8. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. So here are the Chiefs out on offense for their first drive. Leading them out, someone who, Brock, I think needs less introduction than anyone in the NFL today. It's Patrick Mahomes.
All of us as sports fans, we know those players in the other sports that when we just think of the greatest to ever do it, a skill set that's different than everybody else, immediately a player pops in your mind. And while we have seen GOATs like Tom Brady and Super Bowl winners...
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
We spend so much time talking about an offense and how they script their first 15 plays typically. But how about that defensive coordinator, that head coach? Heck, every player on that sidelines, you couldn't script it any better. Well, other than maybe taking the ball away, creating a negative play, creating a sack, creating offense now behind the chains, that's exactly how you're looking to start.
That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
I think that was a throw, Kate, that just came a little bit too late. What it did is it gave that defense time to come up and deliver a pop and knock the ball loose before he could secure it fully.
No connection on the last play, and now it's third down. Here's Mahomes now. Underneath it goes, catch made by the running back. And this one gets to the 33-yard line before it's stopped.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
Fourth down, and on comes the punt team, and the kick's away. And little to nothing on that return as the coverage team gets to him. That punt goes 63 yards. And the Eagles will be backed up a good bit to begin the drive. Starting on the ground here with Barkley. And that's good for a gain of 5. Justin Reed with the tackle. First down play, nets him 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5.
You gain that kind of yardage in the run game, and you're going to gain the trust of your offensive coordinator. Plays like that, runs like that, set the table for everything else in the playbook.
From the 23. He's got Devontae Smith. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
I'm sure Coach, the play caller, doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
They've got first down from the 31. Hurts looking to throw. It's Dotson on the catch. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line.
Kid, I was on the field, the young high school quarterback, just last week, and I told him one of the greatest attributes a quarterback can have is courage. And it takes courage to sit in that pocket that long, let a play develop, and let that receiver work all the way from one side of the field to the other, and give him a chance to make a play.
Barkley on the shotgun handoff. And his short gain gets them a new set of downs.
I don't know about you, Kate, but he sure made getting that first down look really easy. A lot easier than it's supposed to be for that defense. And I think they'll hear about it when they get to the sidelines.
They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. They go to Barkley again. And the power play up the gut only results in 2 yards.
Kate, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. Here's Hurts. This one finds Goddard. And he's able to cross midfield before going out.
Sometimes when you're just looking to move it forward, get some small yards on the throw, quarterback's best friend, security blanket. And when it's a big old tight end, that's an extra bonus.
Battle coming up on 3rd and inches. Straight ahead, here's Barkley. And he'll be brought down after getting it to the 47-yard line. Now after the run, we see some trainers headed out for an injured player who was shaken up. Football on that 47-yard line, first down. Throwing here, Hurts. Goddard makes the catch. And he gets him around 6 there. Jaden Hicks there on the tackle.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Barkley trying this up the gut. He locates a couple of yards through that chaos. Jaden Hicks there on the tackle. Just 2 yards there on the carry. They're going to need another 2 now on 3rd down.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
They're going to try to pick it up with an option left. Continuing to turn those legs inside the 25. And finally, he's down at the 5-yard line. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal.
Hey, forget about it. Forget 1st down. For a moment, they were thinking touchdown on that play. What a time to deliver a breakaway run. And that puts a ton of momentum on their side for the next snap.
Big play sets them up pretty here with 1st and goal from the 5. They're going to run with Barkley. And he's able to power this forward, but they stop him after 2 yards.
Okay, all right. There's a little progress on 1st and goal. You keep it safe, you push a little closer, and now you're set up for what you want to do on 2nd down.
So from the 3, here's 2nd and goal. Now Hurts. Sheds off a rusher. But he can't evade that one, and they get him to the ground. And they're headed in reverse after that sack.
I think his decision-making wrote a check that his legs couldn't catch this time. This QB can run, and he's ranging, looking for space, looking for an outlet. But there was none to be had. No escape route available this time.
So now, here's 3rd and goal. Hurts. He's got Smith. And he'll go down. Looks like they're marking him at the 11. So on 4th down, on comes the Eagles kicker, Jake Elliott, for the try. A very short kick here from the right hash. The kick by Hopkins is good. It sails right through. A beautifully placed football.
Well, that's the type of long, sustained drive that takes some of the starch out of your opponent. The only negative is that the kicking team was out there for a field goal and not an extra point. But they do come away with 3.
Elliott's all set for the kickoff. McCole Hardman now on the return. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. Now for the 2nd time, we get a look at this Kansas City offense. And they haven't gotten very far into their opening script yet, have they? Just a 3 and out to begin this game. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Mahomes. No luck on the connection. It's incomplete.
Hey, Kate, I know it's unrealistic to expect a 100% completion rate from anywhere on the field. But in this close, you really shouldn't be missing too many throws. Those need to be borderline automatic.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Out of the gun, it's Mahomes. Finds his man, it's Worthy. And it's a nice gain, but still not enough for the 1st.
Yeah, these in cuts maybe aren't the hardest throws from a degree of difficulty, Kate, but it does take some courage as a quarterback to throw into congested spaces, but it can pay big dividends.
Here we go, 3rd and less than a yard. Tight end gets it running forward. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
That's what I call a nice tendency buster right there. Works to the tune of a new set of downs. Really got some nice yardage, and it wouldn't be surprising to see that call used again in a similar spot.
From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, here's Mahomes. Oh, he lost the football. And the offense recovers. They can still advance it. That play gains 15, and it moves the sticks. Ooh, so close to a big play defensively there, Brock, but now these guys got to stay out there. They were unable to bring in the fumble. They just forced.
They do. Got to bring a little bit of juice, but kind of like a boxer when they get a guy cut, they know. Man, if I get that first cut, I can make them bleed. And you get that ball out the first time, I guarantee you, I promise you, those guys are thinking they'll get it the next.
He's pushed straight ahead, and that's maybe a yard at most. C.J. Gardner-Johnson there on the tackle. Only gets a yard there to make it 2nd and 9.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
A 2nd down run by Pacheco. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline in his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards.
3rd down, it's Mahomes. Cover man is there, and he harmlessly knocks it away. Incomplete.
And you ask a lot of your defenders on that field. It is not easy to play defense in today's NFL. Not only stay in their assignment's hip pocket, but to make plays on the ball as it arrives. He was challenged with an intermediate throw, and he swatted it away with ease.
A 58-yard attempt.
And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And that'll bring it back to within a score. The lead's 7.
A lot of them may make it look automatic, but you get this deep, and those field goals are far from a certainty. It took all his concentration, every bit of his strength, to send that puppy through.
That's going to be taken in at the 8. Finds some space. He's past the 30. And pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. Philadelphia getting ready to go on offense. And their last drive did end in points. Not as many as they wanted, though. They had to settle for that field goal despite advancing the football pretty well. On 1st down, Hurts escapes the pocket. He's keeping it. And he'll get it up to the 44. The end result there, 15 yards and a first.
He was brought down by Drew Tranquil. A gain of 15. And an Eagle first down.
They won't snap it in time. That is going to be the end of the first quarter. Neither side separating much so far. Back to Arrowhead in just a moment. Ready now for our second quarter. The Eagles have the football. They've got 1st and 10 here, looking to add to their lead. Completed over the middle. And he's going to go down right along the midfield stripe.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
2nd and 4. Able to find Dotson here. And he'll have it down to the 44-yard line. 6 yards on the play and enough for a first.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. Running is Barkley. And they try to power it forward, but only a couple of yards there.
You know, Kate, I like to call these body blows. Body blows. You got to be committed to running the football. Even if it doesn't move the chains, I guarantee you that wear and tear will pay dividends later.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. A play fake. Now Hurts to throw. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. Third down coming up.
When we think about safeties, I mean, it's just right in the name, right? The safety is the last line of protection in the passing game. We don't think of them as blitzers. But, Kate, let me tell you, for a safety blitz to get home, they got to be great disguisers. They can't show that blitz early. That safety didn't, and the quarterback took the brunt of the contact.
Chiefs in a nickel set for this third down call. Shotgun snap for Hurts. Hauled in by Goddard, left side. And he's marked down, looks like at the 32-yard line. Well, 3rd and 15, you don't see many of those picked up, partner, but they found a way.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted them. They wanted them in a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after.
It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. First and 10, here's Hurts. Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll be brought down here at the 23-yard line. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. From the pistol, Hurts. Able to get it to Barkley. And they make the stop as that play reaches the 14-yard line. It's a pickup of 9 yards. And that's good for an Eagles first down.
Translatable skills, that's what you call it. So effective as a runner, but those same traits that make him a great runner, adept at getting those yards, well, he translates it now as a receiver in the open field.
He brings it in. And it looks like he went out of bounds right at that 7-yard line.
These intermediate gains, that's the wheelhouse for these two to connect on. Start the series off well. It sure keeps the defense on its toes in case they try to load up and just simply cover the receivers.
2nd and 3 now. Hurts throwing again. He's got it to him yet again. That is caught. They touch him down as he finds enough to pick up the first.
That pitch and catch won't show up as a big play on the stat sheet, but it gives his own defense a little time to rest. It gives an offensive coordinator a new set of downs to work with.
They'll break the huddle and come up on 1st and goal. Short side option here. He's running left. And he's brought down for a loss.
It's easy for me to say up here in the friendly confines of the booth, Kate, but that was not the right read. And you hate seeing him absorb yet another hit at the end of the play. You never want him taking unnecessary shots throughout this game.
Motion man right is Smith. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
This offense may want to try and disguise their run a little bit. I don't know if it's the O-lineman's stance. I don't know if it's a cadence. I don't know what it is, but after 2 straight plays going backwards, this defense is all over him.
Buckle up. It's 3rd and goal. Operating from the gun. Here's Hurts. Touchdown, Philadelphia. So, Brock, this offense looking sharp here in the first half as they extend their lead.
You know, and when things are going well, sometimes you really just get into a groove. And this is a unit that's putting the pieces together.
Elliott on now to attempt the point after. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Eagles double their lead to 14.
Chiefs 3.
Elliott's all set for the kickoff. Has this at the 6. Good looking return here, and he's got room. And he gets across the 30 before he's brought down. The Kansas City offense set to take the field. And down double digits, Brock. Field goals like we saw in their last drive aren't going to move the needle as much as they need to. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. The drive begins with a run by Pacheco. And he drives that front backward on a gain of 4.
You know, these are the kind of runs, Kate, that a balanced game plan and a balanced offense is built on. It gets you good yardage, it sets up your play action, and it keeps that defense honest.
2nd and 6 coming up here. From the 36. We've got a screen to the running back.
As an offense, you don't call a screen, Kate, expecting to gain just a few yards. You call it expecting to break out something big and substantial. But it's up to that defense to stay ahead of it, to keep it contained to something much smaller. Case in point right there.
All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Here's Mahomes now. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. So they opt for the shorter pass later in the progression on that play, Brock, but man, the defense took that away too.
Well, what they tell us yesterday in those production meetings, nothing comes easy. No easy completions, from shots down the field to those checkdowns to the running back. Wanted to make this offense earn everything, and they just did.
That hits at the 9, but nobody around to grab it. It carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles and quarterback Jalen Hurts ready to go once more on offense. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. And at the pace he's begun the game throwing the football, Brock, he is in line for a special type of performance if they need to keep throwing it until the end. 1st down, a run with Barkley. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
That's got to be so frustrating for the runner. You're fighting the good fight. You even rip through a tackle to stay afloat, but the blocking can't buy you enough time or room to even get back to the line of scrimmage.
Offense to the line for 2nd down. Hurts now from the gun. Caught by Dotson on the slant. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
Boy, they sure found the right route at the right time to hit the soft spot in that coverage. And that slant, it goes for big yardage.
They've got 1st down from the 31. Hurts to throw. Finds him over the middle. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he's stopped.
That is a textbook 1st down completion. Sets up 2nd and very manageable, and creates space to take that shot downfield.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. A give to Barkley. And he'll get them enough for a 1st down.
Hey, I know the temptation is there. If I'm thinking it in the booth, I know that play caller is too. That could have been a chance to be aggressive. Not the case. Go get the 1st down like they did, and a new set of downs to work with.
They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. Throwing here, Hurts. Caught him deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out! And no turnover. It's going to stay with the offense.
We all saw the brief moment of full-on panic between the ball coming out and him getting back on it. The impressive part is he kept his composure while it was still loose. One mistake didn't become 2, and he cleaned it up before any defenders could.
Trying again following the sack. That pass complete to Goddard. And he finds space for about a 3-yard gain. Drew Tranquil brings him to the ground.
Well, that's a modest little drag route, but if you ever just need a safe, short gain on a throw, that's a go-to route to target.
So a tough spot now. This is 3rd and 9. Hurts. He finds Dotson left side. And he's out of bounds. Looks like right at the midfield stripe.
You know, I like the completion. You never turn down a completion. That's just not the right throw to make in that spot to move the chains.
Now on 4th down, on comes Braden Mann to boot this away for the Birds. Ooh, it's away, but he knows he mishit that one. Headed for the sideline. This punt out of bounds on the fly. We're waiting for the mark. Looks like they're going to say it's short of the 30. The Kansas City offense back out there and set to go. They were only on the field for 3 plays their prior series, Brock. Let's see what changes they make to take over here. Mahomes on 1st and 10. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Tried connecting with Xavier Worthy there. And now they face 2nd down.
Timing is everything in life, and timing is everything defensively. That throw was just a little bit late and gave the defense time to close, deliver a pop, and knock that ball loose.
2nd and 10 now. Kelsey makes the catch. Pickup of 12 on that play. And it'll be 1st down, Kansas City.
Kid, I can't tell you how good that is. Anticipating the outcut, having the ball on the way before the receiver's head even turns, he puts it on him so that receiver can easily get out of bounds for the nice gain.
Pacheco gets it from the gun. They're working a couple of yards past the line. Zach Bond with the tackle. Only 2 yards, and it brings up 2nd and 8.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get 1st downs against the better defenses in this league.
From the 46. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour, and there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the play.
3rd down, it's Mahomes. He has the first over the middle. And they take him down right along the 30. It's a 24-yard gash, and it gives them the 1st down.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
First and 10 now from the 30. Operating from the gun, here's Mahomes. This one finds Kelsey. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
This offense in position now. It's 1st and goal. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. 2nd down coming up.
Well, he needed another second to deliver the throw he wanted to. You got to give a lot of credit that time, Kate, to the pass rush for getting in and forcing him to dish it before he was ready.
So the incompletion on 1st. Here's 2nd and goal. Throwing again, Mahomes. Catch is made in close. And that's a Kansas City touchdown. Well, great work there, Brock. They weathered the storm, and now they've gotten themselves right back into this ball game.
Anybody who's played this game has been here before. The game doesn't start the way you want. You're in a big hole, and all you can do is climb out of it. And the words of Pete Carroll resonate. It's not how you start, it's how you finish.
Now Harrison Butker for the point after. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Chiefs chop the lead in half. It's down to 7. And just like that, we're back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. Covey now to return this. The return manages to get just beyond the 30. The Eagles ready for their next series, led out on offense by their quarterback. And he sure has put on that chef's hat to dice up their defense early in this one. Quite the appetizer that he's prepared to what could be a great overall performance. Now Barkley. And it's going to be about a 3-yard pickup in the end. Brought to a halt by Brian Cook. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7. Shotgun snap for Hurts. It was there, but he couldn't hang on. That's incomplete. Couldn't connect with Dallas Goedert. And it's 3rd down.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Now Hurts. He finds Brown right side. It's a great pickup, 16 yards, and now they've got 1st down.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10. Handoff headed right, Barkley. And he's almost headed worse, but he gets a yard out of it. Drew Tranquill brings him to the ground. Manages just a yard on 1st down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9.
The only thing I could say positive about the execution of that play is at least he didn't go backwards.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Hurts setting up to throw. This finds Smith. And he's brought down after a short gain.
How's your block shedding out there, boys? Because they need to get through some blocks to hang that screen up quickly. And they were Johnny on the spot.
Drive in dire straits. It's 3rd and 9. Trying to throw here out of the gun. That's caught for the 1st. And they're going to haul him down a step before the 30, right at the 31. Give him 18 yards on that play, Brock, and it gets him a 1st down.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
Motioning left is their running back. On 1st down, Hurts. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Trent McDuffie in to pick it off. And the Chiefs get the football back across midfield before going down inside the 45-yard line on the return.
Oh, coaches just love that effort right there. Instantly, as he made the pick, everybody was looking for a block and doing their part to set up the return. And I know it pales in comparison to giving up the turnover, but how about the effort on the other side to track him down and stop a potential pick 6? I think everybody deserves a little credit on the field for that effort.
The Chiefs offense set to take over again. And they're coming off an excellent series throwing the football that led to that touchdown, Brock. So you and I both expecting that defense to be looking for that on this series. And it's a nice little chunk here, 6 yards. Jacoby Dean in on the tackle. He managed 6 on the play, bringing up 2nd and 4.
Well, I know this. This staff loves the athleticism and versatility he brings to the offense. That's not only as a receiver, but as someone who can take occasional carries and turn them into good yards.
We're to the 2-minute warning from Arrowhead. And it's the Chiefs, who have 2nd and 4. They'll put one of the tight ends in motion. Out of the gun, it's Mahomes. That one's incomplete, couldn't connect.
That just goes to show you can't take any completion for granted, even on some of the shortest passes in the game plan.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. From the gun, it's Mahomes. And that one hits the deck. No fear from them trying to go deep on 3rd down. You love that. Don't love the fact they couldn't connect. 4th down coming up.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
So on 4th down, the Chiefs field goal unit and Harrison Butker headed out. He was good on his first kick. Gonna need to hit this one well to go 2 for 2. And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And it's dropped back down now to a 4-point game.
Okay, one of the areas that kickers and quarterbacks are similar, they want to get into rhythm, and no better way to feel good and get into that rhythm and start a game 2 for 2 as a kicker.
We've got a good one here. They've cut the lead to 4 as they send it away. Fielded at the 7. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. The Eagles are being led back out there on offense by their quarterback. And on that last drive, Brock, he crossed a notable threshold in passing yards for the season. Always nice when you can reach one of those plateaus to look back on after the year's over. That's Smith on the slant. This is ahead for about 5. Leo Chanel able to bring him down.
Good luck defending that short yardage slant. Just not going to happen. There's a reason this is a go-to play for just about any quarterback in every situation.
Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. Operating from the gun. Here's Hurts. Finds the in route complete. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a 1st down.
They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. Empty backfield now. The running back motions out left. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's able to move past the 45 before going out.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on 1st down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
2nd and 6 coming up here. They send a man in motion. Hurts throwing again. Has a man. It's Brown. Ooh, play didn't develop like he needed. He goes out behind the line.
I got to be honest with you, Kate. That's an occasion where a drop would have been a whole lot better than a completion. Couldn't find the way back to the line, and it's a rare pass that actually loses yardage.
Dime coverage from the Chiefs on this 3rd down. And he'll be brought down a step or 2 shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48. The defense calls a timeout. That's their 1st. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. The Eagles are in punt formation. And this is the 2nd time he's been brought on to kick it. So this one sails over the sideline, and they'll spot it where a touchback would go at the 20-yard line. The Chiefs taking over now, real late in this opening half. They don't have much time left, but facing a small deficit, they could try to get this into field goal range. Finds his man, it's Worthy. He gets it ahead, winds up with about 3. Avonte Maddox up for that tackle.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a first down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes second and third down a whole lot easier to manage.
Second down now, 7 to go. Throwing it just before halftime. On target to Worthy. We'll have him gain about a handful there. Avonte Maddox up for that tackle. So as we reach halftime, we see the visiting Eagles taking a lead into the break. Now we'll get you down to our Orlando studios for the EA Sports Halftime Report with Jonathan Coachman.
All right, Kate, sit tight. We'll get back to you and Brock in just a moment. But for now, this is our halftime report. Both these teams ready for the fight ahead. We're ready to get back to it as well. And to do just that, we'll hand it back over to Kate and Brock.
All right, thank you, Coach. And we are back and about set to begin the second half. Elliott's all set for the kickoff. Hardman with a return. Tackle made as the return gets it out to the 32. Out comes Kansas City. Its offense has it first to start quarter number 3. They'll try to get that ground game established better than they did in the opening half, Brock. See if they can attack that deficit. It's a new set of downs for them at the 32. First and 10, it's Mahomes. He'll get it to Rashee Rice, complete. And they're on him after about a 2-yard gain. Brought down on the effort by Quinyon Mitchell.
Well, he saw his guys pick up the blitz. Well, he felt them pick it up anyway if he wasn't looking at him. But with their effort on his behalf, I think this QB felt owed to them and the group up front to find somebody to get a completion, so that effort up front wasn't in vain.
Second and 8. Caught him deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out! And this is going to stay with the offense as he makes the recovery.
You know what? Everybody on the field is going to make mistakes. The key is to clean that up as quickly as he can. Ball carrier loses possession, but he doesn't panic and lose composure. Instead, well, he hops on the ball and he saves the day.
So a crisis averted a moment ago, but their reward, a really tough third down here. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. He's on the move. And they get to him again. And consecutive sacks have them staring at a tough fourth down.
Third and long, and that coordinator decides to dial up the pressure, and they get to the quarterback. You know why I love this call, Kate? It's not just because of the aggressive makeup, but you really dictate to that offense. Third and extra long is a great time to blitz, because either you get home like that, or the ball's got to come out way short of the sticks. Job well done defensively.
Punter takes the field on fourth down, and he sends this one flying. And he's brought down before the return gets far. Big kick on that one, 62 yards. And the Eagles will take possession. New slated downs to approach here from the 40. Here's Saquon. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. They pick up 20 yards there. And that's a Philadelphia first down.
Those unsung heroes, those big guys up front on the O-line, well, let's give them a little love right here, Kate. They don't always get the attention they deserve on a broadcast, but let me tell you, they played a huge role in that big old run.
Escapes the pocket. Now here he goes. And they bring him down around the 34.
You know, Kate, they always say that QB clock, you know what it's more like? It's more like an alarm, especially in a situation like that. And it's a good thing you woke up to it, able to make something out of nothing and at least keep them moving forward.
Second and 3 now. A play fake now hurts to throw. This one finds Goddard. And they bring him down. Looks like he got it to the 27. That one gains 7. And that's good for an Eagles first down.
When you see play action, do all you can to get your eyes to the tight end, because that's their bread and butter. That play action gives him time off the line, helps chip a rusher, or even helps sell that fake. And then when he releases, he gets out, he gets some leverage. He gets to that edge before the defender can cover him.
Barkley's got it. And this is pushed ahead for a gain of 5. Something he does so well. Nick Bolton making a stop.
Just get this guy touches. I don't care how, I don't care when. Just find unique ways to get this running back the ball, and over time, he's going to make you pay.
Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. From the pistol, Hurts. That's knocked away by a defender, incomplete. Couldn't connect with Dallas Goedert. And it'll be 3rd and 5 coming up.
You know, that is so hard to do. That's called body control. Great positioning to swat the ball away, not go through the receiver, no penalty flag. He's got the body control and, more importantly, the timing to knock that ball away.
They kick the running back in motion. Hurts with it on 3rd and short. Oh, he's going to run for it. And he's going to score. Touchdown, Philadelphia. The Eagles push their lead further to start the half. Jalen Hurts with a touchdown. His 3rd total score in this game. Wow, great work there by the quarterback. The play broke down. Didn't really have much of a choice other than to escape and improvise. And in the end, Brock, the best call he could have made.
Yeah, and you can do it in different ways in today's NFL, right? The Tom Brady's just recently retired. He did it with his brain. He did it with his mind, but you've got to be able to improvise, as you said. You got to be able to create when a play breaks down. And when you can put 6 on the board, man, does that infuse your offensive group with confidence.
That one right down the middle. And the Eagles drive their lead to 11. Elliott's all set for the kickoff. Starting from the 5. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. Offense heading out now for the Chiefs. And this game might be going better if he could have some more time just to work back there. This pass rush has been all over them. Really keeps taking this offense out of any grooves that they've managed to get into.
Okay, I like to say in life there's energy givers and there's energy vampires.
Yeah.
And for this defense, these sacks right here, they're such energy givers. And, man, it's like a vampire sucking the juice out of an offense.
Yeah, I love that. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great blocking to spring up. Guys hitting blocks downfield, and a back who can show off his wheels.
Markers reset, ball at the 37. Throw reeled in by Hopkins. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on first down. Textbook. It sets up second and very manageable, and then creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Running out of the gun with Pacheco. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away. One yard, all that's needed. This is 3rd and inches. They'll send their tight end right. 3rd and short. Here's Mahomes. That won't be caught outright. It's incomplete. He was looking DeAndre Hopkins' way there. So they're going to have to evaluate things now on 4th and short.
Can't cover it much better than that really well-covered Kate on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
Kansas City sends out its punt team. He's been hitting it well so far. This is another big one. And it sails out of bounds. That's a good kick. Got all the way down to what looks like the 10-yard line before leaving the field. The visitors headed back out on offense. Their quarterback returning to the field now. They're out and set, 1st and 10. And his effectiveness hasn't been limited to what he can do with his arm this season. On that last drive, he reached a significant mark for his efforts on the ground as well.
I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense, well, it came at the perfect time.
All right, here we go, 2nd down. Hurts now from the gun. That's complete. Here's Brown. And he's tackled after gaining a handful.
This is one of those kind of win-win situations. Both sides feel good. As an offense, I get a completion. I get a win. As a defense, I keep everything in front of me. I make the tackle for a short gain. I get a win, too. Sometimes you can get to win-win.
On 3rd down, it's Hurts. Couldn't bring it in over the middle. Incomplete. Looking for the back that time. And that brings up 4th and long.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
They'll bring out the punter here. And he sends this away. Definitely his best kick of the game thus far. The return begins. We've got a fumble pretty close to midfield. And the fumble recovery is made.
Well, I'm pretty sure this Kate special teams coach going to have a long talk with him after that one. You can get as creative as you want, but you can't give away the ball. You can't lose yardage, and you start turning the ball over like that, you're not going to be returning punts much longer.
Eagles in a good spot here as they come up to the line, 1st and 10. Shotgun snap for Hurts. Completed to his running back. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory.
Kate, I don't know why every once in a while I'll get these little flashbacks, but a little play like that just flashes me back to the preseason, my first preseason. But one of the veteran QBs said, hey, Brock, whatever you do, just find completions. You will never go broke taking a profit. Go get a completion. They're at a premium in this league.
Now they send their back in motion right. Vacates quickly left side. He's going to keep it this time. And he goes out a little short of the 40. 8 yards on the gain, and the drive continues forward.
That's one of those occasions when you're sitting in the pocket and you're just looking for that escape valve. And then when you get it, you get space to run, and you get a first down. That's a big bonus for the quarterback.
They'll go from the gun with Barkley. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now. Here's Hurts. Short pass brought in. And he's going to be brought down at the 35-yard line. So now here's 3rd and 5. Throwing here, Hurts. Complete beyond the marker. And he's going to be out of bounds. Looks like a yard or two short of the 25. A 9-yard gain and good for a first down.
You know, Kate, they say a dog is a man's best friend. Well, a tight end that moves the chains on 3rd down, that's a QB's best friend.
To the line we go. They're set, 1st and 10. Hurts looking to throw. Hits him on the out route. And he gets this forward to the 19.
Kate, if you and I took a whirlwind tour and watched young quarterbacks, the hardest route to complete is this one. A lot of them can throw go routes and slants and drags and in cuts, but throwing that out route takes some time, takes some precision, and a whole bunch of trust between QB and receiver.
From the 19. Flushed out of the pocket. He'll step up, and there he goes. And they bring him down at the 7-yard line. A nice pickup of 11 there, Brock, and they'll have 1st and goal to figure out.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
First and goal, they'll try an option to the left. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
I think this is the part where they run away, Kate. As in run away from that monster. He's just too strong a presence to try to block them inside, and that time, it cost him some yards.
Second and goal, he's headed right on the option.
Well, you haven't given up the goal line yet, but this offense is moving closer and closer. Now might be the time defensively to get a little more aggressive, try to stick them with the loss, and make a difficult 4th down decision.
They've held him out twice. Here we go, 3rd and goal. Barkley. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
3rd and inches, and you hate to see that run go backwards. I just take myself back to a huddle, and you know you're imploring your guys, listen, just give us a little bit of a push, and we will move the sticks instead. Well, the defense is energized with that stop.
So on 4th down, on comes the Eagles kicker, Jake Elliott, for the try. A pretty automatic look for him from the left. The kick by Hopkins is good, and that extends their lead to 14.
Inspiring a bunch of confidence in himself right there, Kate. 2nd time they brought him out for a field goal, and 2nd time, well, he's knocked it right through. Trust is earned in a number of different ways on the field, but that's the best way to gain it as a kicker.
Elliott's all set for the kickoff. Hardman with a return. He's stopped on the return at the 27. The Chiefs offense out to take over. And I'm sure they're tired of bringing out the punter, Brock. They're hopefully going to give him some rest this time around and find some points to go after that lead. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. The give to Pacheco to start the drive. Gets it ahead, has about 5 yards. C.J. Gardner-Johnson there on the tackle. Halfway there on 1st down, that brings up 2nd and 5.
Fans love the long ball in baseball. That's why they got the home run derby. But you know what? Talk to managers, and they will tell you small ball can win too. Singles and doubles, you add them up, you could win a lot of baseball games. Football coaches will tell you, you get runs of that length, it may not be a home run, it may not score points, but it can do some serious damage.
And that's good for a gain of 5. C.J. Gardner-Johnson there on the tackle. It's a gain of 5, and he's just short, so that's 3rd and less than a yard. Mahomes. He's got him. That's Pacheco. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset.
Hey, Kate, they don't rightly care who it's going to go to in that situation. All they really care about are the results on 3rd down. And that's exactly the result they needed, enough to keep this drive moving.
First and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. They'll give this up the middle to Pacheco. And he takes it just inside the 40, down to the 39.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that 1st down marker.
Options are open here. It's 2nd and inches. One of the tight ends motioning right. From the 39. Hauled in by Gray. And he's able to get this down to the 36. It's a 4-yard gain, and that's going to get him across the marker and earn the first.
There's no question the greatest concern there was just getting the first down. You want a high percentage throw, and you're not really concerned about big yards. Well, the drag route was perfect. He comes open in the short field. It's easy to zip that throw right in there and reset those chains.
A first down carry for Pacheco. And they limit the damage just a few yards on that gain. Zach Bond with the tackle. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7. From the gun, Piron. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
Ooh, I like that. I really like that execution to move the chains. Now that third down call that they had ready, well, they can stick it right back in their pocket for a later occasion.
They'll come up 1st and 10. Running up the middle, Pacheco. Room inside the 10. They'll have 1st and goal to go now after they gained 18 on the previous play.
He easily had the yardage for a first, but he was hungry for a lot more. I think that tackle prevented something that was going to be a lot bigger than just a first down pickup.
Four downs now to get in. Here's 1st and goal. Working inside the red zone. Dumps it off to his running back. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
Well, if they were concerned about losing yards, running it on first down, it just happened anyway. Not many passes end in a loss. Hopefully they got a little more aggressive strategy coming here on 2nd down.
The loss sets him up at the 9-yard line. It's 2nd and goal. Operating from the gun, here's Mahomes. The throw is caught. And he's able to get it to the 2 before the stop.
The goal of running that drag route is to get it to him for at least a minimal gain with space to add after that. They picked up a good chunk, and there was nearly room to add even more.
So now, here's 3rd and goal. Out of the gun, it's Mahomes. And that is caught. It's a Kansas City touchdown. The Chiefs shave some off the deficit late in the quarter. It's an Isaiah Pacheco touchdown. They were throwing for it there, and they didn't care who knew about it, Brock. And it turns out, hey, nothing was going to stop him either.
Yeah, there's something about an empty formation. You are declaring to a defense, other than QB draw, this ball is going to be in the air. But at the same time, you also force the defense's hand. There's only so many coverages they can play. They just exposed them.
Butker to try the point after. The point after splits the uprights. And the Chiefs chop the lead in half. It's down to 7. And just like that, we're back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. Covey now to return this. He stopped on the return at the 27. The offense being led back out by its quarterback as they get geared up for their next possession. And you may as well call him a constant headache that this defense has had to deal with all game long. I mean, the game plan to slow down his passing work, but it's been his rushes that have really broken the spirit of this unit. On 1st down, Hurts. He goes back to him yet again, complete. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They pick up 20 yards there. And that's a Philadelphia 1st down. So we hit the end of the 3rd quarter. It's Eagles football trying to carry this lead across the finish line. Great start to the drive. They're up in the neighborhood of midfield after just one play. First down throwing for Hurts. Short throw is dropped. This one's incomplete.
Pretty easy to see here. He just simply takes off before he gets full possession, and that is a drop. It's kind of like when a receiver gets a handoff. You got to secure the ball first before you can make anything else happen.
So after the incompletion, here comes the second down call. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. Has him on the quick hitter. And they make the tackle at the 38. That's 16 on the pickup. And that's good for an Eagles first down.
Move the chains! Gotta move them chains! Build momentum and keep that defense on its heels.
New set of downs for him at the 38. Option play, they give it to Barkley. And he ranges forward to the 31 before they bring him down. Good run, gets him 7. That brings up 2nd and 3.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
2nd and 3 now. From the 31. They did it! He made the interception! Nick Bolton has it. And the Chiefs have some new life in the 4th.
You know what this is, Kate? This is the practice field coming to life. Really on both sides of the ball. While you watch defensive coaches preach all the time, and they work on these returns to get to the near sideline, everybody to get a block. And then for those offensive players to show the effort to go chase that down so it's not a pick six, yeah, it stinks for the offense. But that was the practice field coming to life for everybody to see.
This offense ready to get going again now. And the last time they had it, they ran it down the field on them. I'd expect some better resistance up front if they try that again. They run with Pacheco. And he gets this one down to the 30-yard line. Give him 9 yards. He almost moved the chains there. It's going to be 2nd and 1.
That does not show up on any explosive stat sheet. But let me tell you, Kate, that's the real deal right there. You run for that kind of yardage consistently in the NFL, you do set yourself up for success.
A 2nd down run by Pacheco. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away. Battle coming up on 3rd and inches. From the gun, it's Mahomes. This one's to Rice out on the right side. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. They get 22 on that one. And that gives them 1st and goal.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. But that was the epitome of courage to make that in cut and make the catch.
They can decide to play for the tie or win later. First, they've got to reach that end zone. It's 1st and goal. From the red zone now. And he's going to score. Touchdown, Kansas City. The Chiefs pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. So they punch it in for 6, Brock, and now a conversion away from tying this game back up.
This one just has the feel, doesn't it? The makings of a one-score game in the 4th quarter that could go either way.
So a chance to tie it up again here in the fourth. The kick is good, so this game now hinging on every possession as we're tied up in the fourth. Reed now to kick this one away. Kickoff taken at the 3. And pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. This offense and their quarterback making their way back out there, ready to take over once again. And as we can see here, it hasn't been the easiest game for him to operate out there, right? Number of rough moments.